Hey guys, so this is going to be our next page in our Gravity Book 3 tutorial on how to do it. So, obviously the last page that we did was the truth-telling teeth. So that was the last page that we actually did. You can see that I have just noticed, obviously I have left some of the marks actually, so I'm just going to... That's better. But yeah, so the last page we did was this page here, which you can just see me doing some final rubbing out. So the next page, as I put up on YouTube today, is going to be the gnome page. So as I've said on YouTube, on the chat, if obviously you keep an eye on the chat, that obviously this page has been requested a hell of a lot, just like a few other pages have. Obviously it'll take me a little bit of time, but I will get around to all the pages, I promise. So obviously we've done the blind's eye, and then what we did was, I need to colour this still actually, because that needs to be red, and I need to do this. But we left this page here blank, and then we went to the truth-telling teeth. This page is what I call the mech page, the mechanism page. It's the page with the circle here, and obviously the triangle, etc. The page that Grunkle Stan places the other books, like there, to obviously to read how to open the portal. So that page is just very intense, and I'm still not 100%. This illness is just like, it just doesn't want to go away. So yeah, I've left that page, and I will go back to this page. I promise you I'll go back to this page. But today what we're going to do is we're going to go the next page past this one. So just after the truth-telling teeth, and that is the gnome page. So, I have got my little sheets. I've made sure I know exactly what it says. I can do this for you guys. So I do obviously state this in my whole book, that this is like to the best of my ability of what it says. I do read script, and obviously because I write in script, so I have done my best to read the pages, but I will say these are not 100%. So obviously I get them as close as I can, so I would say they're like 99%, like 98%, but I obviously do state that in all my videos. So obviously we need to write gnomes across here. It's kind of like, almost like bubble writing, like when you were a kid. It is quite close to the top, because also we've got quite a big gnome person to go here with writing around them, and like a little mushroom and stuff like that. So so bubble text is actually quite easy to do. Just if you struggle, just write the word out, like the letter out first, and then basically just go round it. And this word does need to be gone over in black. If you haven't already subscribed to this channel, don't forget to subscribe. That way you won't miss out on any other Gravity Falls Book Tutorial 3. Once I've done this, I'm going to obviously do almost like a prize draw to see for someone to win this book that I'm making now. Also, I'm going to obviously see what you guys kind of want me to make next. Like I can make obviously book 1 or 2 if people want me to, or I can go ahead and make kind of like just something else. So I can make, like, I don't know, card captors cards or something like that. Obviously dependent, obviously I didn't want them pens anyway. Obviously just something that you guys want me to make next. We can go from there. I found the colour that I wanted though. Oops, Sorry, I threw my pens on the floor. Yeah, that is black. Right. So what I'm actually going to do this time, because I'm not really going to be putting my hand up here and kind of like rubbing on this, I'm going to colour this in with this pen here, which is it's just a plain black felt tip pen. So I said this is as close to the top as I want it, so I know it's going to be right, so that's absolutely fine to colour it in. If you didn't know already, that is my mum's clock. And we have two, so that's one, and you'll hear the other one probably go off in a minute. Maybe. So that is obviously our title. So now what we've got is we've actually got the gnome that needs to go about, I'd say from about here, like tip of his pointy hat, to probably about here, because it is quite a big character. I remember drawing this once with the original one that I did in my first book, and it did take me a couple of attempts because obviously the eyes are quite particular, as well as obviously getting the nose in the right place. And the beard is, once you've got the eyes and the nose, I think the hat and the ears kind of, the hat and the beard kind of sort itself out, but it's one of those things. So I'm going to start here because I'm going to do an eyeball first, I think. And there's the other clock. Because he's got quite big, like, kind of bulgy eyes. That's one. I just need to... Sorry. Right, and then... Obviously, if you do it in light pencil, you can actually rub out some of the lines, which is what I'm going to do, because it's a lot easier. So I'm going to draw the second eyeball first of all. I don't know if I'm going to need to make these him a little bit bigger, actually. They look about the same. Yeah. Right, so before I do any detail in the eyes, because once you start doing that stuff, so you kind of, it's almost like upsetting when you have to rub stuff out. So obviously he's got his nose and it's attached to his left eyeball. It sounds so strange. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of like almost like draw through it. See, I'm not sure. Where's my bubble? So I've drawn rubbed apart this out actually. I know it took me a couple of attempts last time because I just wanted to get it right, and yeah, sometimes it's quite difficult to get it right because he's got quite a bulbous nose. And then I can do this. So I think that looks alright to me. Right, so let's do it. So obviously, see, I think I've done too big a gap between his eyes. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. I think I've done too big a gap between his eyes. There's meant to be a gap between his eyes, but not that big a gap. I think, no, I think it should be fine. Right, I think that's better. Right, so it looks the same, but obviously it's just got a lesser gap there. Right. And then, obviously, part of his nose has got the mouth attached. And then here. So it goes kind of like... So, kind of looks like he's got a moustache, but he hasn't. So, this one kind of has a little bit of two lines, like he's smiling. And then we're going to do the mouth. So I just don't like it. So I'm really fussy. Let's see, he's got two teeth marks. I'm going to go on to my... So I've printed it all out. But I just want to see... Going off my YouTube channel. Just because I want to check it, because I want it to be right. It might be because they doesn't have eyes yet. I think your actual, like, retinas. It looks more like Old Man McGucket. I'm just going back through, so I want to check something with my the book. Be honest, it actually just comes straight from that page. And that is the cat snoring, in case you can hear that. Because my cat is fat. I will go over this with like thicker, but I just kind of want to do it lightly, so if I do need to kind of rub something out, then it's not going to... I can rub it out easily, so... So I think his eyes actually need to be bigger, but we're going to roll with it for a minute and we'll see. Yeah, because his hat's not going to be big enough, is it? Because that's going to be the width of his hat. And his hat should be, I think, about like that. Yeah, so I think his eyes need to be bigger. So that's why I was taking my time. At least you can see this way, like it's properly drawn, like I'm not just obviously faking it, like I really care about what it looks like. Plus, obviously, sometimes, just like anybody who does any sort of drawing, you know, it takes sometimes like 3 or 4 attempts to get anything right, because either you're just so fussy, or, you know, it can just take a couple of attempts to get it right, so... I think what needs to happen is the eyeballs need to just be bigger. See, I think that looks better because it's supposed to be kind of like, they're supposed to be like cutesy, aren't they? In like a way, like they're not, but they're meant to be like, look cutesy. So that, see, that to me looks like a ton better. Like already, like you can see the character there. Like I swear to God, last time it looked like my gucket. So and kind of just rub 2 lines out of the hat. Okay, which I've done, because I need to add his eyebrows. Because his eyebrows like over the hat. And if you do put them on like a kind of angle, like so. So we need to do his nose. He's got like a big nose. And then obviously we've got to do his mouth. And obviously you should do like a round mouth. And then they've got like two like big teeth. They're kind of like front incisors, and then this bit's obviously coloured in or shaded in. So obviously his beard is going to be quite big, so, but then he's only got his like arms and feet, so it's not so bad. Go back off this now. So this bit here, you need to have like kind of a join almost. So that's like kind of, I guess, where his hat is. So that's why I've done like kind of curved. So I do shading. I will do shading on it. There we go. Right, so obviously now we're just going to draw the beard. So the beard comes out quite far and goes round, and then he's got his legs and his hands and his little mushroom. I can't remember if I originally drew the mushroom. I'm not looking. Pretty sure I did. Right, so again, draw this quite lightly, because then if you're not happy with the way it looks, you can rub it out. So kind of looks a bit like a star at the moment. Star with eyes. So I think that should be higher up. Still looks like a star with eyes at the moment. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to go 1, 2, 3. And then like a little one. Obviously I will adjust these, it's fine. It's now more of a beard, but I want it to be a bit like better, so we're gonna just go round it. That's better. I think that's made that better. So I'm quite happy with that, to be honest, which is good. So now we're just going to draw his feet. He's got pretty basic feet, so I'm going to obviously do, they're quite big, that thick, like, if that makes sense. They're quite thick though, so like I'm going to do them from about there. So obviously he's obviously quite short. So I am obviously just trying to make these pretty much the same. Obviously I'm trying to see if I've put them in the right place, which I think these need to be like about here. Yeah, so that looks better to me. So we're going to do his feet. When you do his feet, obviously, I'm going to come from this end. I think one foot ended up looking better than the other foot last time I drew it. So I started from this toe and worked this way, just because that's how his foot kind of looked to me. He's only got 4 toes. See, to me, he has got more of a thing there, so we're going to do that. So I fully admit, like, feet are not my forte. I think that looks okay. I think I need to just bring that foot in a bit more. Bring it up a bit more. You know, you can always adjust everything. Like, don't be afraid to, like, rub a few things out and, like, adjust things. And there's no shame in it. Like, every artist ever rubs things out and redoes things and restarts and everything. I wasn't going to do these in 2 pages, but I'm going to do them in 2 pages because otherwise it's going to be too long, just for like one video, just because Gnomes has taken me a little bit longer than I anticipated. So I'm going to think also maybe make his hat a little bit bigger. That's better. Right, so we've got foot number 2. So, the next thing I'm going to do quickly is this bit of Nomi, which is his hat, is completely shaded in. So I'm literally just going to run over this. I think it will help me look at him a little bit better. Obviously doing little bits. Obviously, and leave me any links down below of what your pictures look like that you've done from this book. Obviously you can drop me or comment and leave me any links there, and that way I can have a look at what you guys are doing, you know, and what you guys, like how yours looks. If you want to leave me any comments as well, I do reply to all my comments. It may take me a couple of days to get back to you, just because obviously this is just leisure, this channel pretty much, and obviously I do have a full-time job, so I do have to obviously pick and choose, obviously do bits and bobs. So his feet need to be coloured in, but I'm just going to do his arms first. So he does have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. He seems to have 5 fingers on this hand and 4 on this hand. So this is obviously shaded in as well. So it's his first hand. See that one cut completely wrong. I don't know why I keep drawing up. I'm just not happy with the hand. Like, this hand turned out so good. Like, I'm happy with the other hand. See, that's better. So he's pretty much nearly done. I need to colour in these and do a little bit of shading and bits and bobs. And obviously what I have done here, and I'm going to do on this one as well just now, I've after I've shaded it, I've gone over like the toe marks and around the leg, just to give it that, you know, so you can see it. So the next thing I need to do, because now we've finished this bit, is he's got like a couple of lines under here. It looks like 3 lines basically. I like them. And then once you've done that, we're just gonna shade those little bits like that. We need to do, see, I think that's one of the reasons I'm looking at it funny. I'm going to just extend use like mouth line, just because obviously I'm looking at a picture right now and I just think it needs to be extended. Right, and then we're gonna it's just like hatching, it's not cross hatching, it's just doing the little lines, and we're just doing that on the bottom of the mouth, and then we need to go under the eyes. And to do his nose. Now I'm going to actually cross hatch his nose, which is where you go back, like cross the lines to give it a little bit more texture. So there's no colouring there, and then it's just kind of like on his beard mostly, so it's just on these bits. So that is pretty much like my gnome man. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to apply to this. And then what I need to do is obviously, I don't want to take too much space up because obviously I have a lot of bits to go round him. But we're going to do those. So what we're going to do is you just need to do, colour that bit in, so I don't like the way that looks. So we need to just draw kind of a small mushroom. Just got a little bit of hatching on it, just only a little bit though, because hatching as well. And then there's a tinier mushroom to the side of him, and we're just going to do a little bit of shading on that. You can see them, my little mushrooms, and then we're going to just, it's got kind of like, almost like a little bit of a shadow I guess, but it's just easier just to do that, so just kind of drag your pencil across. So that is the drawing on this page. I'm just going to bring a picture up quickly because I know on this page there's a few different colours. I know on this page there's some blue and red and stuff like that. So I just want to make sure I get the colours right. So it's going to be Gravity. So that's fine. It's just so I've got like the colour scheme as well, because there's a lot of like ready little bits in this. So the first thing I'm actually going to do is I'm going to start from the left hand side. So the left hand side, not going to use that. We need to draw like a little circle here. So we're doing like the placemark. Normally I'd use my sharpener to go round, but I need it to be a bit smaller in this case. Don't want to take up all that room. So obviously you can try and draw around something else. Sometimes like the inside of like a really tiny sellotape is cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a circle. And I will be going over this with red. I just like to draw it in pencil first. So one circle, another circle, and then I'm going to get my ruler. So then you're going to do kind of like a long triangle this time. So it's not the normal one that we do. And then it's going to have like a triangle inside the triangle. And it's got like a W and a W, but they're quite fancy W's. And then we've got like a U. Like a little square O. W's lying on the back, or E's lying on the back, and then like a big E. So that's what we've got there, and that will be done red. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get my black fine liner, and I'm going to write creature, up here. So this needs to be quite big, and you've got hash 24. So I need to just quickly bring out this page, which is like a scribbled mess of what it says. So I'm just going to write here and then I will tell you exactly what it says. I need to look at that actually quickly. Make sure I do the G and not F right. So this little bit here says, Little Men of Gravity Falls Forest. They have cute little moustaches and also big puppy eyes. And then So this bit here actually says, the gnomes are a proud race of tiny little creatures that wander around the forest. So what I'm going to first of all do is I'm just going to go over this in red. So obviously I will rub that out at a later point because I don't want to smudge the red, but you can see the pretty part that is. So let's just do that so I can just see. Right, so I'm going to actually write this bit in pencil first. So across here says danger unknown, but what I'm going to do is quickly and then it's got a line underneath it. See, that's why I do things in pencil, so I can redo them if I need to. That's better. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over it in my red pen. Am I going to use this pen? I might use that pen. So I'm actually going to use a red fine line for this. Just because I want it to look a bit more neater. And I'll rub that out at a later date as well, that's fine. So we're going to do, okay, you've got a couple of like paragraphs down here. So I'm going to, again, I'll write them out and then I'll tell you exactly what they say. Right, so obviously you can see that I've crossed some words out. I meant to have crossed those out, and I'm just going to quickly go over in red because they're meant to be red crossed out as well. So this page actually reads, gnomes also have a good, and the good is scribbled out, relationship with the beasts, beasts is scribbled out, animals in the forest. That's that bit. This bit is particularly squirrels. Squirrels give them massages and in return the gnomes give back to them. For example, sharing food. Sharing food is scribbled out, it's that one. The squirrels can also live in their hats and pants. So that's that bit. And then obviously I've just got a little bit to do here. I'll check something. Okay, yep, I need to get my thing. Right, so this bit here reads, they're gnomes, not garden gnomes. There's a huge difference. Exclamation point, exclamation point. So that is the first page completely done. Obviously, as you can see, I'm going to do the second page straight away, and obviously I always load these up together. I'm going to do them separately because I believe this, otherwise this is going to be such a long video. So it'll be so much easier for you guys if I do this like a separate video. Obviously, don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more of these pages. I have done the whole book, so if you want to see all the other pages, like the Bill Cipher page, if you want to see Blind's Eye, etc., then obviously go back and check my old videos. I've all put them in a playlist for you, so it's dead easy for you to find them. Obviously, as I said, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you do subscribe, don't forget to hit that bell button so you know every time I upload a video. Thanks very much for watching, guys, and I will see you guys next time. So, bye!